Hey guys, it's Josh here and welcome back to another video. So today I'll be giving you guys a quick overview of my next custom content add-on, which is the Unofficial base game add-on. If you're not familiar with my add-on series, it's basically where I just go through and supplement the build by catalog of a specific pack, but in this case it's base game, and as you can imagine there is a lot of potential for add-ons. Also, before we begin, I just wanted to quickly thank you all for your support on my previous custom content video. I really appreciate the kind comments, and I hope you also enjoy this custom content add-on as well. Anyway, let's just jump right into the overview. We are in build mode now, and here you'll see a number of existing base game items, and in a moment you'll see all of the new items that have been included with the add-on. Here we are with all of the new items. So starting with the sofas, some sets in base game already have complete sets, so I'll just be skipping over those. But over here, we just have a new armchair for this set, a new love seat for the Little Johnny set, I believe it was called, yep. And honestly, this hipster hugger, which I believe is from the Tech Guru Korea, I really liked it, but I never really used it because we didn't have a matching love seat nor armchair. But that might be an issue now because I have created some. And also, before we go too far, as you'd expect, the swatches of pretty much every item in the add-on matches like the original object, and it actually just directly uses the texture. So the mod is like the actual mod package file is a lot smaller than you'd expect. But yeah, anyway, continuing on. I think there's like a similar armchair that this set has, but it like doesn't look exactly the same. So I just made a matching armchair. Uh, I made a matching armchair for this pink set as well. And then back here we have a sofa version of the. Was this added in like? I feel like this was added in like the Caribbean update or something. It was something like that. I remember it being added in that update, and yeah, I really like this set, and I just made a sofa version. And then over here we just have some of the outdoor furniture. I guess these are just benches, I suppose. But yeah, like a 3-seater and a 1-seater version of the must be love seat. So it's must be armchair and must be sofa. I'm so creative with the names, aren't I? And then over here we just have the 2-seater and 1-seater version of this concrete bench, and then 2-seater, 1-seater of the wooden park bench, which I really like actually. And then a 3-seater and 1-seater version of this basic 2-seater like wooden bench, which actually has some nice swatches. I never knew that. I honestly just always thought it was grey. Moving on to the dining tables now, similar to the sofas, some sets have already been complete from the start, so I didn't have to make an add-on for those, but a lot didn't have a complete set. So I went ahead and made pretty much finished off the set. So we've got a single tile and 3-tile version of the Simplicity dining table, and we've got a 3-tile version of the like really sleek modern glass table, and then 2-tile and 3-tile versions of the formal mission dining table. Like I really liked it actually because of the the tablecloth, I guess, that went across the middle. I really liked that, and was a bit sad that we didn't get a longer version of them, but I have gone ahead and made those, and I just made a simple 1-tile version of the mega dining table, I believe it was called. Yep. Uh, these 2 sets have already been completed, and then over here we have the 1-tile and 3-tile version of this really colorful dining table. Oh wait, some of the swatches are pretty simple actually. And then a 3-tile and 1-tile version of the outdoor uh, table with like the tablecloth on it, I guess. And some of the tablecloths was really funny. Like, was this added with the update where they added that really ugly like Sims themed spa? I feel like it was maybe. I don't remember. That must have been a really long time ago now. And then over here we just have I believe just the 3-tile version of this outdoor table, and then a 2-tile version and a 1-tile version of the Christmas themed dining table. I think this is technically part of the like Christmas kit or Christmas pack that was like released pretty early on in the game, and it's free, so I just included it as part of this base game add-on. And then over here we have a number of modified round tables, because I feel like we don't have enough round tables in at least base game, because I think we have this like 1 or 2 that were added in like free updates along the way. So I just went ahead and updated a number of already existing like small round tables into a large round table. But yeah, round table versions of a number of smaller round existing tables. And lastly, I'm not sure if you guys will think this is really weird, but I went ahead and turned the base game chess tables into like dining tables, because you don't always use chess tables as a chess table if it was built in like this. Like sometimes you might want to use it as like a reading table where you just sit down with the book and just read through it. Like yeah, because the pieces aren't always on the top either, right? But yeah, if you ever want to use a chess table as a dining table, here you go. I don't know what I was thinking when I made these, but I thought it was really cool. And then over here, we've got a number of like edits which turn all of the desks. I think I missed out on one of them because it was just like that really futuristic desk, which I feel like no one ever uses in a regular house, so I just left it out. I turned a number of 2-tile desks into 1-tile versions. Yeah, nothing much more to say about that. I especially like this one. As you'd expect, let me find the clutter item. The clutter slots are retained, since in the original object there was some clutter slots on the top, so even though the box isn't there anymore, the 2 books are still there and you can place stuff on top of those. But yeah. Moving on to the showers now. One thing that I never really liked about the Sims showers is that most of them have 3 glass panels on them, so that means if you put them into the corner, you have this weird situation where you have this unnecessary glass panel on one side, and then you have the other wall having its own set of tiles, which sometimes may not match with the bathroom tiles that you're using on the wall or floor, and in which case it doesn't really match. But yeah, I really wanted to make like a modified version of these showers which removed some of those limitations so that they're a lot easier to use and honestly look a lot better in my opinion. And I do appreciate that the Sims team since base game have added like those various open showers, but at the end of the day, I still wanted a few showers which still had the frame, but had that added flexibility of being able to adjust the wall and floor to your liking. But yeah, I basically just did that for all of the base game showers. And then also the bath/shower combo, since this is also in a similar situation where it has its own set of tiles which may not match with the look you're trying to go for. But yeah, moving on to the various wall decorations. So over here we just have a couple of the classic base game paintings. I just love to use these, and since they're sort of like in a combined situation, I decided to make separated versions of them just so that maybe you can sort of just like design your own layout if you want, and or if you just want to have like a singular small painting in a corner or something, you can now do that with these. But yeah, not much to say about these other ones because they're in the same boat. Over here we've got this combination of a number of things. So I've got a couple of wall prints, a clock, a shelf, a couple of mirrors that have been separated, and 2 pot plants. As you'd expect, you can place these on shelves and stuff without any issues, and I particularly like this glass one. It looks pretty cool. And then over here we just have a separated book and photo frame from this shelf over here. And then lastly we have this Pride collection of items. So we've got 2 posters which have been separated, the flag and the fairy lights, as well as the lightning and rainbow neon lights, I think they are. And then lastly we have the Polaroid prints, which I thought looked pretty cool, and I actually added the functionality to place them onto the corkboard, which is normally just for the postcards, but you can now put some Polaroid prints on here and create your own little collection of photos. And You can just change all the swatches individually so that it doesn't look all the same. But yeah, I think that was the last object that I needed to go through. So yeah, I will include the download link in the description below. Unlike the previous add-on, this is completely base game compatible. Anyone that has the Sims for base game can download this and use this in their game. But yeah, that's all there is to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye guys.